Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead. Time for supper. So my choice to get out of the freezer was my pork loin. Remember I told you a couple weeks ago I got buy one get one free. And I do want to get older stuff out too, but this looked really good. I thought I'd try it. I'm also working on getting things out of my pantry too. So boxed goods, canned goods, whatever. So kind of doing it both, but focusing on the freezer. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to cut these into pork chops. I'm not going to cut them super thick, but not super thin either. There's some of that extra fat on there. I'll take off that really extra big fat like that. We don't need that. I think I might actually cut them just a little bit thicker than that. Just a little bit. Some of those boneless ones you find that you buy at the store, boy, they're real thick. Like those ones I got at Sam was real thick. I think I'm going to do them about like that. And then whatever I don't use, I will get them frozen up. And I did do my research on it. Once it's been thawed out, you can refreeze it. As long as it came from a frozen state. So, it came from a frozen state, it's going to go back to a frozen state. That's what I like about this, you know, like it was 14 bucks. And I got 2 of them the size of this for $14. There's no way you could buy the boneless because that's already $4.7. You couldn't buy them at the store that cheap. So when I get a chance to do stuff like that, I grab that. I really do, because it's just such a much better deal. And I've actually made my own sausage and everything with these too, so you can do quite a bit with them. My own sausage was really good. I'm all out of it, but yeah, it was really good. So there's 3, 6, 8, 10. So I'm going to get 12 out of there. So because it was buy one get one free, it was 12 for $14.25, I think it was. Alright. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm making 4 ingredient baked pork chops. We're going to take a can of cream and mushroom soup. Look at that. That doesn't happen for me too often. Let me wash my hands. Alright, so then I need a cup of sour cream. Sour cream in it has to be good, right? Let's get that all out of there. My water drained out of it. Alright, let's get this. And not that. And this. You just get that extra sour cream off there. Alright, now we're going to put in a package of ranch seasoning. For some reason those containers are so much easier. Maybe I'm just losing strength in both fingers. I don't know. Alrighty. So I'm going to set that right there for now. And let's get that whipped together. Really good. When I seen sour cream, cream of mushroom soup, and ranch dressing mix, oh yeah. I was like, that's a perfect combination. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Alright. So now we're going to take a 9x13 pan. It says to use a smaller one, but I'm going to use a few more. I am so sorry, guys. So sorry about that. Because I know it just killed your eardrums. But I'm going to do more than 4 chops, though. Because we have to have enough for Tom to take to work tomorrow. So I'm going to use 6 chops. If I can fit 6 in here. 2, 3, 4. Let's get a thick one for Tom. 5. And another thick one for Tom. 6. So that leaves us 6 more for the next thing. So now I'll tell you how I do this. Hold on. So we're going to make sure that we put this on every single pork chop. This is going to be beautiful, you guys. I can just tell. It smells really good. So hopefully the smell is not misleading. And then we're going to cream that over top of all of the pork chops. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, baby. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So now that's going to go in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. You want to make sure that you make sure your pork is finished before you do it. And then let me show you what I'm going to do. All right, now if I planned on not using this right away, then I would use my air sucker outer machine and I'd put them in the freezer that way. But I do plan on, hopefully, I haven't picked out a recipe for sure, but I do plan on using up the rest of these probably next week. So, if you're going to keep it together pretty soon, then you don't have to worry about, sealing all that air out because it's going to get used up pretty quick. So now I'm going to make sure that I get all the air I can possibly get out of it. And then I'm just going to package it. And then I'll label it pork chops so I know what the heck I got. All right, let me get my side dish set up. So remember I said I want to get stuff out of my pantry too. So I have got a bunch of these cheesy au gratin potatoes that someone had given, I think Jack gave them to me. But I have a bunch of them downstairs, so I want to get those used up as well. I'm going to do a double batch because potatoes is something Tom really, really likes. So we're going to do a double batch of it. I was going to do it in the oven, but that one, they wanted it 450, and the potatoes only at 350, so I really didn't want that much of a conflict. Because especially it's pork, I want to make sure it gets done. So we need, it comes with your dehydrated potatoes, which I have some of those in the back room as well. You're going to add both bags of your dehydrated potatoes. And I never trusted these until I made them for Jack one day, and I'm like, I don't know about all that. But they actually turned out really good. So I've never been one to even buy them at the store like that. So then you're going to use your packet here. Maybe 2 of those. We're going to add that in there. And then we need, if I kept my thing over here, we need, so I'm going to do 2, remember, so I'm doubling everything. So we need 4 tablespoons of butter. So any of you that get these in your food bank things, use those up. They're really good. And so a cup of milk. And we need 3.5 cups of water. And then we're going to stir that stuff up. Obviously, the butter will melt as we're cooking it. Tom will always be glad to get stuff out of my pantry, too. So then we want to bring it to a boil. So once that comes to a boil, then we want to turn it down and cover it and let it cook for another 15 minutes on just a simmer. So I'm going to get those started, and then I'm going to get a salad put together. Today I'm just putting toppings. I got one egg left, and then cheese. That's what we'll do on our salad today. So we're going to use that up too. And I hope you guys are liking this, because I'm sure a lot of you have the same things that I have in my pantry and my freezer. And let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to get some of that stuff out of the freezer so we can actually organize it, so it doesn't go to freezer, you know what. So I have not found anything so far that has been freezer burnt. So that's a good thing. It reminds me I need to take meat out for tomorrow. So I am getting rid of some stuff, you guys. But in a good way. Not like we're throwing it out. We're using it up. And when you have a pantry, you want to... Like, I didn't want to do that month-long thing because I don't want to use that much of my pantry up. I do have a big pantry I'll never take a video of, but a few of you have seen it. And, but I won't take a picture of it because I'm sure you guys understand that with the times the way they are. But, I want to keep it rotated as well. And when I looked in the freezer that one day, I was like, Chris, get it under control so that when there is a good sale, you can get more stuff in there. And when we did the canned meat last week, actually, I found that I really, really loved my chicken. And the canned hamburger was amazing. And so, you know, I have quite a few cans. I was going to get hamburger this last week, $2.99 a pound, and get it cooked up and put in the freezer. And I thought, you know what? I need to use that canned up, because actually it's really good. And if I can find some extra breast and stuff in my freezer, I think I'm going to can up some more chicken, because that ugly chicken is really good. It's really good. It's nice and tender. And I do have some canned pork and canned, let's see. I think I have a little bit of roast down there. Not much, but a little bit. So, you know, eventually I'll start using those as well. So let's make it so that we don't have to visit the store. You know, if you're trying to build a pantry every week, I don't care, you know, I mean, I know we're all broke, but like this, what I do is now I'm buying the cream of mushroom and the cream of chicken soup. I buy a dozen. That's all you can get at one time through Walmart. So I will buy a dozen of each, and then I'll keep them in there, you know, for stock. But, you know, if you got to buy 5 cans of peas this week, 5 cans of fruit, whatever it happens to be, let's get those pantries built up. You don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff at one time, and I suggest you don't, because unless you're loaded with money, that's a lot of money. You know, if you can only afford $2 this week, get something and build your pantry. Because you know what, you guys, it seems so nice, other than salad, and I had to get milk anyway this week. But, you know, I really haven't had to buy anything because I have it in my pantry. And if we menu plan, that's something I found out too, is that menu planning is such a big thing to do, because it really does, like, you can alter around what you have in stock. So if you need that, you know, car insurance is coming up and you need a week break from, you know, $200 a week in groceries or whatever, then you can take that reprieve and kind of get a break. So I'm going to let this boil, get our salads, and I think we're going to have one heck of a dinner. All right, so everything's done. Tom's on his way home. Here's the pork chops. Oh, you guys, I did try one little bite. It's really good. And here's our potatoes. And then, of course, I have the salads. So I'm going to get our plates made up and get Tom's pork chops all cut up for him. And by then he should be home and we can give you a really good taste test. We'll be back. Well, hi, Tom.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
How was your day?
Not bad.
Morning started out pretty bad, didn't it?
Yeah. I forgot to bring that in, too.
What happened?
Yeah. I overexceeded the speed limit a little.
So now our car insurance is going to go up. Bad Tom.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you try first? Here, let me take
chicken.
Move your hand, please. Look at that. It's not chicken.
Pork, excuse me.
Isn't that pretty? What do you think? It's 4 ingredient. And those are those boxed potatoes.
The au gratins?
Mm-hmm.
Those are pretty good.
So what do you think about the pork chops?
It was. Just looking on white.
It's sour cream and cream and mushroom soup and ranch dressing. Pretty good, huh?
You bet everything, huh?
Yeah, but they taste...
Heinz 50 something?
No, there isn't any Heinz 57 in there. Pretty good, though, huh?
Yes, it is.
Good. So what do you think about freezer clean-out week so far?
So far, it's pretty good.
We need to take something else out of the freezer tonight. We can't forget.
I get a little more freezer space.
Not much, though.
Could you keep adding stuff back into it?
No, I'm not. What'd I add back to it?
I don't know, that'd been something.
I'm like, what are you talking about? You get me in trouble. All right, you guys, I'm going to let this man eat. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow.